All that you need to focus on is you. Self-concept is the only thing that matters, okay? Because when you're trying to manifest money, you affirm for yourself having that money. Career success, you affirm for yourself having that career success. For your body, you affirm for yourself having that body. That's all self-concept focused on you. The only area that people get confused is about specific people, right? The only reason you still only need to focus on your self-concept when you're trying to manifest a specific person is because everyone in your reality has to, by law, reflect your new beliefs back to you, okay? So when you're focusing and affirming for somebody else, you are putting resistance against them. I believe this more and more. It is very, very easy to put resistance against a person, right? Because you can do it. And if you're really good at just, staying in that story about them loving you, adoring you, cherishing you, great. But me personally, if I do that, I feel like I get obsessive. I feel like my focus actually goes off of myself, which is where your main focus should be, and it goes onto that other person. And then you're creating resistance, you're wondering where they are, you're feeling pressured, you're feeling just like you're not bringing your magnetism and your power back to you. So when you actually decide to take all of your focus off that person, to fully release that person specifically, and to focus on, I am loved, I am adored, I am cherished, I am prioritized, I am committed to, I am respected, I am valued, I am honored, I am treated well, like all about you in relationships, then that has to be reflected back to you. And so many clients that I've worked with, I've seen this happen where it's like, they say, I did a letting go ritual and decided to release my SP, just focus on myself, and then they came back in. So after all that time of obsessing over that person, creating resistance against that person, obsessing over one individual instead of obsessing over yourself, they finally, when they released them, came back just because they released the energy, all that energy that they were feeding out from themselves, placed it back in themselves, and then the mirror reality reflected those new beliefs back to them through everybody around them, including that person, right? So it's really that simple. If you have a doubt and you're like, well, if I stop focusing on my person, or stop visualizing them or whatever, they're just gonna go and fuck off and whatever. No. If they are your true desire, they will come back. Trust me, they always come back, okay? So trust me that this works, and trust me that if you are just focusing on yourself, exes will come out of the woodworks, people will come out of the woodworks, including your SP, because they are red string theory attached to you in some way or another. They're gonna feel that energy shift and they're gonna come back to you. And this is going to feel even better because you're not going to feel like you're obsessing over another individual, which is not healthy. You want to be focused on you. You want to be focused on yourself. Whenever you're placing your power or your happiness into another person, that is going to fail every single time, because the lesson of life is to feel that self-love within, to feel that obsession for yourself within, to feel valued within. It's all within, right? So if you're placing your focus and trying to get that thing from an external thing, it's not going to work like that. It's not going to work like that. It's maybe an example to like money. It's like if you're putting your value in how much money you have instead of just feeling wealth, feeling abundance within, you are always going to have an issue with money because you're always going to be stressed about it. You're always going to be creating resistance against it or holding on to it. Another example of following, if you're putting your own worth and value and happiness in how many followers you have or how your career success is, you are never going to find it because you're going to be placing so much focus and grasp and craziness on it. Like you're going to be so hyper-focused and so stressed about it that you're not going to be putting that energy on you. So it's all a you game. It's all about you. It's all about affirming mainly in I am statements, because that really is what it is. I am. You're saying I am, like really embodying that state right now and focusing on yourself. Because another trend you might realize is that so many people post on TikTok and say, why do I always get into a relationship and the guy liked me first, and then when I start liking them, they stop liking me? It's because you're obsessing and putting resistance. So people can feel that energetically. It's like the or whoever is in the relationship, you need to be, if you want to attract somebody in, you need to be staying focused on yourself. Even when you're dating somebody and you're in the late stages, that can still happen where you push them away if you become too hyper-focused and obsessive on that other person. It's going to push them away. So you have to stay focused on yourself during the relationship, during anything. Stay prioritized to you, and everything's going to work out.
One of the reasons you don't have the life that you want is because you don't feel deserving of the life that you want. Many of us will say we want things, right? Like, we want to be a content creator, we want to be a millionaire, we want to be a successful entrepreneur. It's not enough to want those things. You have to be aligned to those things. I'm going to tell you the ways to change your self-concept, aka the way that you perceive yourself and perceive other people perceiving you. The first thing that you need to find is expanders. Expanders are people who are similar to you, but already doing the thing that you want to do. Once you've found expanders, engage with them as much as you can. Get them as mentors. If you don't know them in real life, follow their content on social media. You need to prove to your subconscious that it is possible to get the things that you want. The next thing you need to do, start acting. You need to start taking on the energy of the life that you want to live. If I wanted to be a millionaire, I would start behaving the way that millionaires do. I would start going to conferences that millionaires attend. I would start reading the books that millionaires do. I would start going to coffee shops or hanging out in areas that millionaires do. You need to tell your brain that this is normal. This is just what you do. Once you change your self-concept, the world will shift to meet you.
Self-concept is literally my favorite fucking thing to talk about, so let's get into it. All self-concept is how you see yourself. It's the thoughts you have about yourself and the other areas of your life. This is big because you manifest who you are. So the reason why you are essentially manifesting certain things in your reality is based upon your conception of yourself, what you think about yourself, how you see yourself, because you don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. And a lot of times you're not even aware of the conceptions that you hold. You're not even aware of the beliefs and how you see yourself. For example, I'm just unlucky in love. For example, I'm just not good with my money. For example, I just never have enough money at the end of the month. For example, people in my life, they just always prioritize other people over me. No, bitch, that's not your truth. You can choose your self-concept. You can choose how you want to see yourself, and in turn, you'll get that reflection in your 3D reality. Your thoughts, your inner self-talk, what you think about yourself is creating your reality. So you have to consciously choose your truth, and that is based upon the reality that you want to experience. And how I like to do this, and how I explain for my clients to do this, for example, if you're manifesting a specific person, what is the inner thoughts? What are the conceptions that you would hold about yourself if you already had that desire, if it was already done? I am so lucky in love. I am so fucking special. I'm adored. I'm appreciated. I'm valued. I'm respected. I'm always prioritized. I'm the number one priority. I am so important, and too is special to fucking lose. And every time that old conception of yourself wants to creep in, I get my clients to name her. Mine's called Alita. Every time she comes in and she wants to be like, oh, see again, you're not being chosen. No, bitch. I'm the most chosen of them all. I'm so fucking important. No one else compares to me. And you're going to keep programming in this new self-concept by choosing your truth and choosing how you want to see yourself. So make sure you are choosing your truth. Make sure you are being conscious of when the narratives that you're thinking in your mind don't fit with the conceptions that you want to create in your reality. If you want to learn how to master your mind to manifest your desires, make sure you're following along and comment any questions that you have.
You are not changing your specific person. Let me say that again. You are not changing your specific person. You are changing you. This is what the self-concept work is. It's you shifting your identity and how you see yourself in relation to your love life and in relation to the people in your life. This work is all about you becoming the best version of yourself. So if you're out here constantly affirming for your SP and not doing anything to actually fix the self-concept within you that feels not loved, not wanted, not chosen, or thinks that people are going to leave you, SP might come in, but they're going to go again. Because how we sustain it is really about working on our self-concept. Because everyone is just a reflection. As Neville Goddard said, there is no one to change but self. Revalue yourself and others will confirm that change. A lot of people are out here really trying to do the self-concept work to try and get their specific person. That is not what's going to sustain it. What sustains having a healthy, loving relationship with your specific person is really identifying with a version of you that knows that they are loved, wanted, chosen, whatever it is in your self-concept that you're working on. We want to build that foundation. We're building that foundation. We are the house. We are the foundation. And your SP are the rooms within that house. They are not your foundation. You are your foundation. It's time to stop outsourcing your love to someone else, because no one will ever come in and fulfill your cup. No one will ever come in and give you all the love that you need if you don't feel it within yourself, okay? So this is what we're doing with changing our self-concept. And if you need more help with this, we do have our love and affirmation bundle, where we break down different affirmations you can be saying to yourself to create a new story, a new identity when it comes to your love life in different areas. When it comes to how you see yourself as someone who is chosen, how you see yourself as someone, you know, that love lasts for. If you have problems with feeling not chosen, third parties, if you have problems with abandonment, if you have problems with feeling the wish fulfilled of being in this relationship, we have a routine in there. We have our manifestation formula that really breaks down a routine that's going to help you to shift your identity, so you start really seeing yourself as someone who deserves this relationship, someone who can sustain it.
Literally fuck what you think other people think about you. It is all about what you think about you, because ultimately what you think about you, what you think about yourself, how you see yourself is going to be projected onto other people, onto other things, onto experiences, and that is going to be the single thing that absolutely changes your life. I will give you a perfect example. Have you ever seen a girl walk into a room, or even a guy, right? Pick your favorite. And maybe they're not somebody that you would be traditionally attracted to, but the way that they walk in, the way that they move, the way that they carry themselves, the way that they speak, you are just like, this is the coolest motherfucker I've ever met in my life. You're just like drawn in by them. You're just mesmerized by how they be. And suddenly, before you know it, you're like extremely attracted to them. This is this person's self-concept, their own owning of their worth, of their uniqueness, of the fact that they're the shit, being projected by their energy, by the way that they be, and it is now influencing how other people, how the world views them and interacts with them. We think we need all the people to perceive us in a certain way first for us to then perceive ourselves in that way, but it's the other way around. You must design your character, choose who you want to be, because that desire that you have is who you really are. By the way, you may have masked yourself for years. Society may have told you something different. You may have been programmed by the world to think that you are less than you really are, but that person that you want to be, that person that you dream of being, that person that you dream of being perceived as by other people, is who you really are. So it is you allowing yourself to know that, to believe that, to begin to embody who you really are, that person that you want to be. See yourself fully as that person now, and the rest will follow. Self-concept is everything.